The ARCSOA Elite Series goes from a rainy swimming pool that Watkins Glen was to the beautiful island nation of Amaria. Right there is the lighthouse, which is near the racetrack. Amaria is also home to the world's largest oceanography museum, which I saw some of the drivers taking part in viewing on Thursday. And Amaria is a wonderful place. Here's an aerial view of it. You might be able to see the racetrack down there, as drivers really love it here in Amaria. They've been having a nice, relaxing weekend, which is much deserved after that Watkins Glen race. However, while the drivers were relaxing in the wonderful island nation of Amaria, this track is not for the faint of heart. It is very, very difficult. A lot of elevation changes that were man-made elevation changes. The first turn is a quick right-hander, as you can see, down the very long second straightaway called the backstretch. It is the backstretch here, even though you go from the front stretch immediately to the backstretch. And then you enter a really tight chicane complex that has been giving drivers a lot of problems in practice. In fact, Alex Allen is the first driver to fall to the rule that you cannot run backup cars, as he crashed out in the practice session, crashed very heavily. He is alright, however, his car wasn't, and the DNC car will not be starting the race. They will be only running with Ian Dutta, who also spun out in that very complex. Kenny Myatt has been one of the fastest cars all weekend, along with Ian Dutta before he wrecked. So it's good to see that they are performing to the best of their abilities. Other news items are the China Dragon cars have actually showed up, and needless to say, you could see those cars pretty much anywhere, except they are very, very much off the pace. They just made it in past the 105% rule, thankfully for them. However, they are very, very slow. They're actually making the Vizololos look fast. And it was quite astonishing when you see a Menturmini blast by them down the straightaways, down the backstretch here in Amaria. Beautiful weather for the race, which the last two race weekends have been affected by rain. Road Atlantis practice and qualifying, and Watkins Glen the whole weekend. Anyway, let's go down to the race. And here comes the field of 37, because Alex Allen's not on the grid. Field of 37 comes down. Kenny Myatt leads him down to the green into Discover, Ohio. Alongside of him is Jake Baskinger's 41 car and Chris Washer in third. Fabros is back in fifth, has also been really fast as well. Green flag is out here. Myatt rockets the field down into the very fast first corner here at towards Skyline. Washer holds on, but toward the back there is some three wide. They're going down the back stretch now. Turn 2 is a pretty easy quarter, but this chicane coming up is a pain. We'll see if anybody screws up. Oh yeah, there goes one of the DNC. That's Ian Dutta, because the other DNC's not in there. And Dutta's off, and right into the wall, he's out. There goes Sanford. So Silver Fox and Dutta are out of this race. Well, we know Dutta's out. We're not sure about Silver Fox. This is Noah Hart. He had a bad qualifying run. Alan Cavagnaro is not racing because of an issue with a streetcar incident here in Amaria on Friday night. And Noah Hart was flown in. He didn't exactly qualify well, but he has been fast in practice. And I think he got forced off the track as well. I think he qualified like in 12th and he's running 18th. Noah Hart, however, is expected to try and get the Toyota team up the order. Like I said, he has been fast this weekend, or at least in the limited sessions he's running. Some more shenanigans on lap 1 as Dylan Young and Vijay Pushanda push Chris Louvier off the track. Pushanda's going to keep going, but it looks like Louvier is done. Pushanda would keep going on his merry little way, however. Charlie Fabros has gotten by Ike Durbin for 4th,
And now Fabros is trying to work his way down on the 2 Ferraris of Washer and Baskinger. But the 9 of Myatt is pulling away. His wife is here this weekend. She doesn't typically come to these races, but it was their anniversary on Thursday. And we're very glad to see his wife there. And hopefully Kenny can pull away a win for her. Further back, we've got some pretty crazy racing. This is, you got Dylan Young, Eamon Staples, the Watkins Glen winner, Bob Jones, Fitzwater's back there as well. And Noah Hart is in this pack on that end. But these drivers are being very aggressive. There's Fitzwater's all over Dylan Young right now. So, and now we've got the 2 Aussie Vineyards trying to pass the 2 Toyotas. This is just going to be kind of the race you're going to expect here, but we're kind of surprised because we were expecting a little bit more trouble as, oh boy, that's a pretty wide pack there, 3 wide, but shockingly enough, it's been a lot calmer of a start than we thought it would be. Close battle between Bob Jones and that's Dylan Young. And Noah Hart is also looking in very closely to see what happens between them. Towards this back of the pack for the non-point spots, we are seeing a bit of close racing action as Myatt is pulling away from everybody else. Guys, this is the best car I've ever had on any racetrack. Holy crap! I've said it all weekend, but I never want to lose this one. We're bringing it to other races. Good to hear, Kenny. Just keep it on the road. I cannot believe how fast this thing actually is. Wherever I'll put it, it'll grip. Understood. Understood. Keep an eye on your fuel and tires. We'll make a pit stop off that. Copy. One of the other new teams on the, or one of the new cars on the grid is San Hun 1 of the Team China Dragon would get turned by the faster, God, I can't believe I'm saying a Visa Lola's faster, but Nick Perkles in the 07 Visa Lola. So San Juan is going to be pretty slow out there with damage, even slower than she already was. The other China Dragon is being driven by Ken Kai-Chek, which is, he's having a somewhat better race than his teammate. San Juan Han or something like that. I don't even know these drivers' names because I've never heard of them before. But both drivers are not experienced in their respective divisions, and pretty much the team is dreadfully slow. But I will say this, they're better than the Visa Lolas because when the lap cars are trying to lap them, they can actually see the Visa, or they can actually see these cars. You can see them from like a freaking mile away. Sean Angel and James Shelley would be having a spirited battle for 10th place. However, it would go very much awry there. There goes Angel, upside down flipping. Once, one full time. And that would be it for James Shelley. Be careful, Sean, you got this time. Get out of it there, Sean. You're on fire. Noah Hart's seemingly good start to the weekend would go bad as he would go off. Jacob Anthony also went off. We'll see what happened to Anthony, but both would fall out of the race. Tough break for Noah Hart. We thought he would come in here and rekindle on some of his old magic. I thought he would at least. He was fast in practice, but not going to happen there. The Jacob Anthony wreck started when, William Duncan got into him. And then off he went. Anthony couldn't do a whole lot about that. Here's Jessica Shelton. That car was just repaired for qualifying. Just made repairs for qualifying because she was in the wreck with Alex Allen that didn't allow Allen to race today. But they just repaired that car. So the ARCSOA America boys are doing a fantastic, boys and girls there, are doing a fantastic job as, oh boy, the 8 and the 29 are going at it, and the 2 Red Bull cars. Oh, that was some close calls. Anyway, but Jessica Shelton has been pretty much beaten out by her more experienced teammates so far this year. being Joshua Michaels, who is in 8th place right now. Jordan Davis would get by Lamas for 9th, and this is the battle for the final point spot, as Randy Carpenter is trying to get back in on Lamas. The two Red Bull cars have been inseparable all weekend. Randy, watch out for that 48 car. He's been all over the place, and he might take out this 8. He might take out your teammate if you're not careful. He's blocking like a pain in the butt, though. Don't hit your teammate either. We don't want to wreck this early on, because we can get some points out of this. Okay, box, yeah. Forgot. Stay on strategy. Come on, guys! Come on, guys! Get this thing off! Get this thing on the jacks! Get around! Get around! No adjustments! Not at all, guys! No adjustments! Don't put any wedge in it, don't do anything to it! Good pit stop, guys! Good pit stop. Oh no, I got the warning buzzer on! We'll try and get a diagnosis on it immediately. I'll go into the ECMU, go to Power Pack 2. Fuel Mix 1. Go to Lean Fuel Mix, until we can find out what's wrong. Power Pack 2, going over to the second ECM. Fuel Mix 1. Copied. Alright, we'll do a diagnosis. So Kenny Myatt's car now is seemingly giving him an alarm. That's not good. Because we know the 9 car is one of the faster, is probably the fastest car I've ever seen, but oh, there's Washer. Oh, it looks like, whoa, what happened to the 41? 41 lost a ton of spots. He's back down in like 8th. No, he's even further down. Lamas and Finn Guy would be battling pretty hard, and right off the road they would go. Excuse me, and they would both be done. Finn Guy and Lamas. Finn Guy was battling for the points lead this weekend. Temperatures rising, guys. Temperatures rising. Alright, we're thinking you're running low on water, so just baby it to the next pit stop, and we will put some more coolant in your car. We're not sure why it's draining water as much as it is, but we're thinking there's something wrong in the cooling system. Yeah, she's getting pretty hot. Like I said, I don't want... I know I can win this race if this car doesn't break on me. I've not seen... like I said, in my 17 years of being in this series, I've never had a car handle this well. Understood, understood. Just like I said, baby it back. You've got a big lead, so you don't need to, set the fastest lap right now. And even if somebody does catch you, you could just blow right by them. Ha! Yeah! This car's flippin' amazing. Ike Durbin and the 44 Sean Galligan will be battling side by side here as they go around some of these faster ending corners. Durbin and Galligan. Durbin's probably the most conservative driver on the field, and Galligan's probably the most aggressive. But here they go into final couple of corners into the Dunlop chicane down here. Or Bridgestone chicane, I'm sorry, not Dunlop, but Bridgestone chicane. Back onto the Launch Energy straightaway. Launch Energy main straightaway. Team China Dragons weekend would go from bad to worse as Kang Kai Chek's car would die right here. And yep. I don't know what Kang Kai Chek's doing, but not pulling off the track and stopping right on the racing line. Great job. If the 9 can make it around, he's got a huge lead over second, being Chris Washer and Charlie Fabrosis in third. However, like I said, or like you've heard, his cooling system's malfunctioning on that car. But Kenny Myatt says it's the best car he's ever driven. And he says he's even dialed it back in pace, or on the computer system, and he's still running faster lap times than everybody else. So, that 9 car we know is a rocket ship. as the 1 and the 5 are battling for second place. Looks like the 1's going to try and make a move here. Going down, well, this is the mini backstretch they call it, because the other one's the backstretch. The one that heads towards the lighthouse here at, towards Skyline. As Washer's trying everything to hold off the 1. The 2 Red Bulls are having a pretty close battle here between Jordan Davis and Randy Carpenter. There are a report that these two don't exactly get along as very well. Rookie Jordan Davis and Randy Carpenter. I'm not sure why that'd be the case, but because Randy Carpenter is typically just the guy that comes here, does his job, and goes home. Doesn't get involved in a lot of the partying that, well, now we know has gotten Alan Cavagnaro into trouble. Bad weekend for that Toyota crew, but Randy Carpenter is just one of the people that just comes, does his job, and goes home. And we'll see if he can pass his Red Bull Infinity teammate, or his Infinity Red Bull teammate. And he does right there. Jordan Davis messed up a bit there coming off the final corner, and Randy Carpenter's going to get the spot. And it actually looks like Shelton's going to try and set up the 8. Good run by Shelton, actually being up in the points, however. One thing I think a lot of people have been doing in the past is turning Jessica Shelton into a sex staple for poster child for women racers. And that's not exactly the right thing to do, I think, in this situation. I mean, they tried it with Erin Perkins, and while she had talent, it really kind of distracted her. But Jessica Shelton doesn't seem to let that get to her head, which is probably something we need, as we need a strong American female on the grid that doesn't let things get to her head. Shawrot doesn't. Oh, looks like one of the polars on the backstretch is having problems. Let's get down to that. Oh yeah, Steinmetz has a big problem here. Looks like a tire going down on the 88 car, or a mechanical problem. We're hearing it is a tire, though, on the 88. Alright, Kenny, box this lap, we got the coolant ready, Copy, boxing this lap. Also, my water's running low. Could somebody throw a bottle of water in here? Copy, bottle of water. I'll hook it up into my system under the pit stop. Get a bottle of water, quick, guys! 3, 2, 1, turn. Thank you. Come on, guys. Go, go, go! Coolant's in! Hooked into the system. Down, down, down! Go, go, go! Alarm turned off. Alarm turned off. We'll see if it comes back on. Copy, Charlie stayed out, so he's the leader. Temperature's going down, temperature's going down. We'll see how long it takes, though, until this coolant system goes, or until this coolant goes. Copy. We're gonna need more coolant on the next pit stop, I'm guessing. After that pit stop cycle, Charlie Fabrosis has passed Chris Washer, Galligan is in 4th, Durbin's in 5th, Michaels is in 6th, Davis is in 7th, Carpenter's in 8th, Shelton's in 9th, and Shawrot's in 10th place, with Baskinger in 11th. Baskinger's falling a long way down the order. Washer, however, is trying to make a move here on the 1 car. And Washer will make the move. No, maybe not. This Bridgestone chicane is being very, very interesting, and Fabrosis has more speed through it, but it looks like, oh, contact between the two. They are side-by-side battling very, very hard. I expect that the Ferrari has a bit more power than the 1 car. Here they go. Around the corner. Looks like Washer's going to get the spot, but they are actually reeling in on Kenny Mide, who is, like I said, going quite slowly because of the coolant system and the lap car of the zero of Kenkai Check. An interesting thing about the China Dragons is that their other car, led by San Yon Wan, is a 01. But keep in mind, Ian Dada, or is labeled 00, I believe. Oh no, never mind, it's 01. Never mind. They were initially labeled 00, but yeah. Kenny, your coolant levels are lowering, but you've got the one coming in closer on you, 1 and the 5 are closing. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to make another pit stop. I'm also worried about your fuel. We might need to be a little bit more conservative on fuel right now. So I want you to stay in fuel mix 1, ECM 2. And conserve for a little bit, because we're going to be closer on fuel than the 1. Alright? Copy. I'm not losing this race. Not with my wife here, not with this. My wife doesn't come to these very much, so I'm not losing this race because of... And this car is awesome as well, so... I'm not losing it this way. I'm not going down without a fight, at least. Very determined Kenny Might. You don't see a lot of this out of mine. Typically as, well, Washer's gotten by the 1 car. However, Kenkai Check will probably slow them down a bit here in the 0 car, and does slow down Washer by a mile. And Washer doesn't look too happy about it, and the 1 car is going to close in quite a bit. Galligan and Durbin are battling side by side for 4th place. Durbin got a little bit more power than the Catnex car, but I believe the Catnex car has a little bit more power than the Durbin Sport car. However, the Durbin Sport car, I think, handles a bit better. And that's the case because Durbin just passed it. One thing that's very surprising are the ARCSOA America of Joshua Michaels, and really Sheldon for that matter. These cars were expected to be really good on the super speedways, but not perform very well here on the road courses. I am quite surprised to see that they are as fast as they are on these road courses. They weren't bad at Road Atlanta either, if I remember right. And it's very interesting to see that the ARCSOA American cars are doing quite well here at this Amarian circuit. They will be a force to be reckoned with next weekend at Kildare Park on the Oval in Australia. They will be a force to be reckoned with, and it wouldn't surprise me if Michaels, or Shelton for that matter, could get a top 5 there. Carpenter now is trying to make another move on his rookie teammate. Looks like Jordan Davis is giving him a bit of a competition in that team, which Carpenter really hasn't gotten in the past. DJ Curtis gave him it, but last season, obviously, but Red Bull typically is a very one-team leader-based team, and that's always been Carpenter, because the second driver may always be fast, but is just doesn't work well enough with the team to be considered lead driver. That was kind of the case with Ian Dutta at Zios last year. And, well, Ian Dutta, despite winning Las Vegas this year, really hasn't been that strong with DNC. But, now, you're going to have a big battle here between Joshua Michaels now, and maybe the 8 car, and I would also be watching the 29. As the 04 takes a more defensive line into the corner, and, well, the 8's going to get held up because of it. Bob Jones just passes the pit lane, but yet his car would blow up on him. The 27 car would fall out of the race. It is quite hot here, about 95 degrees today, and not exactly the best time to be, not exactly the easiest race on the engines, because down these straightaways we do get very high RPM down the front stretch and the back stretch. So tough break for Bob Jones, as his car would grenade itself. Warning alarm, turn back on, guys. Warning alarm back on. Okay, yeah, we're down on coolant. If we're gonna keep this car, we better fix that cooling system, guys. Like I said, I want this car back. I don't know what's with it. Something you guys did it with it. I wish I had this at Road Atlanta, honestly. This car handles like a dream. If I get this car for the other road course races, I'm champion right there. I swear, I could just feel that this car can handle very well. Box, box, box. Stay on strategy. Stay on strategy. Get coolant ready. I'm good on water, guys. Good on water. 3, 2, 1, 10. Get ready. Start changing some stuff, guys. No adjustments, no adjustments. Coolant's in. You've got only about 8 more laps to go. And then this will be yours, Kenny. You just got to save 8 laps of gas, which is about as far as we've made on fuel all race. Good stop, guys. Kenny, fuel mix 1. Fuel mix 1. We've got to save gas. We've got to save gas. Warning buzzer. Turn the warning buzzer off, guys. I want to see if it'll come back on immediately. Alright, warning buzzer off. Alright, we'll see how long it lasts with warning buzzer off. Copy, it's getting really annoying. The battle for the leader right now is between Chris Washer and Charlie Fabrosis. Fabrosis tried to make a move, but Washer is holding him off. Remember, these guys still have to pit. Although, with Myatt maybe going a lap longer, he might have he might be 1 lap short on fuel, so this could end up being the battle for the win. But the 5 and the 1 are doing a very nice job being conservative out there, as they both bring it down pit road. Third place now is Sean Galligan. He quite easily blitzed some of these drivers as Galligan pits. And whoa, are these guys all gonna pit? No, it looks like Carpenter stayed out, or Jordan Davis stayed out because he can't make it around, or he couldn't come down pit road. Here comes Kenny Myatt. He is, I think, going to cycle into the lead here. There comes one of the Visalolas out. Yes, there goes the 2nd and 3rd. There goes the 9, and here comes the 5. The 5 and the 1 out of the pits. So this is definitely going to be the battle for the win if Myatt can't save gas. Although they've actually been closing in on Myatt because Myatt's been playing very conservatively, because that car hasn't been running right. We're looking ahead. Jordan Davis, I believe, is the leader. Shelton also didn't pit. Shelton's, I think, in P2 because of it, but Shelton's right now being held up by Shonda. But Shelton's running P2. And Jordan Davis is in the lead. Actually, no, Silver Fox is a lap down. Go through the order. I believe that's going to put Myatt in 3rd right now at this stage of the race, as Fabrosis is trying to chase down the 5. If the 9 breaks down, that's going to be for the win. Jordan Davis and Shelton, I think, are going to have to pit this time. We'll see where they slot out. We know Shelton and Davis were battling earlier, but it looks like Davis got a bit of a push there on Shelton. But now we've got Myatt now. Myatt is going to take the lead here. Myatt was one of the guys that was heavily pushing for this track to get back onto the schedule. He won a race here back in Season 8, I believe. Oh yeah, he's definitely being very cautious with it. He's very, very slow down these straightaways, not going full power at all. We'll see what the drivers who are full power are doing. Yeah, they're doing about a couple mile an hour faster than Myatt at this stage, but Myatt's going to be held up by some lap cars. He's got Kyle Collins and Ken Kai-Chek up there. Then he's got Pushanda, so He's just got to be very careful getting by these lap cars and save, save, save. He's got to save gas. He's got to save the coolant. He's got to do a lot of stuff with that car. Actually, one of the biggest improvements was Jessica Shelton and Jordan Davis actually leapfrogged past Carpenter and Michaels, which is quite nice, actually, because the running order now is Myatt's in the lead, second is Washer, third is Fabrosis, although that looks like it's going to change soon with Fabrosis all over Washer. Fourth is Durbin, fifth is Galligan, sixth is Davis, seventh is Shelton, eighth is Michaels, ninth is Carpenter, and 10th is Shalrot in the Oricon. This is the first time I've really seen Shelton outperform her teammate, even though I think Shelton is slower than Michaels, but she has a better strategy right now. Can he save, save, save? Save, save, save. Four to go, four to go. Watch out, you've got a car coming out of the pits. It looks like one of the looks like one of the Kingfishers. That'd be Rogers, because it actually doesn't look like the ass end of it's ripped off of it. He better get the blue flag here. I don't want to do this. What is he doing? My God, this 18 sucks. Frickin' rookies. Yeah, that was kind of annoying there by Zach Rogers. Made Myatt's life a little difficult. And Fabrosis got by the 5. So we'll go back and see what happened there. This was the lap before. Fabrosis holds itself to the outside. Gets a better run off the corner than Washer does. Gets the inside, entering the B corner. Underneath the bridge, though, he's clear. Underneath the LG bridge, he's clear of the 5 car. Now Washer's being held up by Nick Perkins in the 07 car. But now they've got to deal with Kyle Collins. Myatt is looking like he's going to try and make it the whole way. But yeah, this is going to be a very, very close race for some of these drivers on fuel, especially Myatt, who's, I think, a lap ahead of everybody else pitting. Joshua Michaels, who has warmer tires than Shelton, would catch her pretty quickly. Looks underneath his rookie teammate. Now to the outside, because this corner, of course, flips back the other direction. And with help from Randy Carpenter, I think is going to clear the 0 or the 94 right there. Yes, Michaels does, so put Michaels back up into P7. Now we got to see if Shelton can hold off the 29. And now it looks like Randy Carpenter is all over the back of Shelton as well. So Carpenter, and now they're actually reeling in on Jordan Davis, though, in 6th, who is very slow on colder tires. Well, actually, they should be heating up by now. I'm not sure why, but it looks like Jordan Davis is holding up a bit. We're hearing that Jordan Davis might not have gotten a full fuel tank in. So the 9 now. Only 3 to go for him. But now you're starting to see that Shelton and Carpenter are going to be in the battle. Like I said, Carpenter's one of the guys that comes here, comes to the track, does his duties, races, and goes home. He just comes here to race, doesn't get involved in all the partying. Something I vastly respect him for. Some of these drivers out here, like, well, now sadly Cavagnaro, even though he's not on the grid today, but come here and they party a lot. Kyle Collins was kind of getting into that, I noticed, and some of these other drivers. And, you know, people should take advice from Carpenter, because Carpenter's a season champion, fought for the season 15 championship, and is one of the best drivers out there. Sometimes doesn't have the best luck, but is one of the class act guys out here. So he's trying to go underneath Shelton. However, this would put him at a disadvantage for this chicane up here, the Konica chicane. So sponsored by Amaria and Company Konica. However, Carpenter would hold on to it. One of the few guys that actually will hold on to it. And be able to get around the corner with quite ease and get around Shelton. Obviously, the first car outside of the points is Jake Baskinger, who qualified very well but had a very slow pit stop. And Baskinger's been having not a very good handling car ever since that pit stop. They screwed it up. Vincent Allen running kind of where we expected the Oracoms to run, honestly. P13 is Eamon Staples, the Watkins Glen winner, after being one of 3 cars to actually survive it. Dylan Young in 14th, his teammate got whipped out. Both the Porsches haven't had a great race. Well, Angel flipped and Sanford's been mediocre today. Mediocre all weekend, to be honest. Something happened to Curtis. We have to see what happened to him. This happened a few laps ago. Curtis would slide off the track, get into William Duncan. They would spin off into the wall and take some heavy rear end damage. They would, I believe, both continue on. Well, I don't know about Duncan, but I know Curtis would. But yes, Duncan would continue onward in a non-points paying spot. Now Myatt is going to get the white flag. We're going to go on board with him. White flag, Kenny. You gotta say, at this rate, we're about maybe a couple of corners short. And from where the start-finish line is, we wouldn't be able to coast it in. You're going to have to save maybe about half this lap. Copied. I can do that. Joshua Michaels has caught Jordan Davis here on the last lap. This is going to be close. And it looks like Carpenter's also there. Michaels is going to get by. And now there's actually a position battle between Sheldon and the Oricom of Marian Sharad. And it looks like now Michaels is definitely going to get by Davis. A little bit of contact there. Well, however, coming out the final corner, Myatt would just save enough gas. He's dominated all race. Kenny Myatt's going to win the round of Amaria here at the Port Skyline track. Not much Fabrosis could do. He's going to come across the line in second. Third place is going to be Washer. Fourth is going to be a quiet fourth for Ike Durbin. Fifth place is back to Sean Galligan, Captain Aggression, who's actually played this race quite conservatively. Conservative and Sean Galligan don't come in the same sentence. Sixth place is going to be Joshua Michaels. Jordan Davis has held off his teammate for 7th. 8th is Carpenter. 9th is Shelton. The final point spot is going to be Marian Sharad. Baskinger just missed out on the points. Kenny Myatt, though, for the first time his wife ever was at a racetrack with him, wins the race. Kind of a good luck charm. He's dominated all weekend. That car is glued to the track. Had a little bit of contact in one of the practice sessions with another driver. Had some quite close battling with Noah Hart. But Kenny Myatt will rocket to a victory lane, and for the first time his wife's going to be there to greet him.